Nepal-style mass revolt ignites talk and fear across Africa. The ongoing mass revolt in Nepal has sparked widespread debate and growing unease among political leaders in several African countries. What began as a public outcry against corruption in Nepal has escalated into a sweeping movement that overpowered government forces, stormed state institutions, and forced disgraced politicians into hiding. Social media has played a central role in amplifying these events. Across Africa, citizens are sharing images and reports of how corrupt officials in Nepal were confronted, humiliated, and ousted from office. The revolt reached a turning point when Nepal's government attempted to silence dissent by blocking social media platforms. Instead of quelling unrest, the move fueled public anger, with citizens mobilizing and taking control of nearly all government buildings within 3 days. Africa, watching closely. In many African countries where corruption and political mismanagement are entrenched, citizens are openly discussing the possibility of replicating the Nepal model. Countries such as Nigeria, Kenya, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, have been cited as examples where corruption and public frustration surpass even the conditions that triggered the uprising in Nepal. This growing discussion has left many African governments on edge. In response, political leaders and government spokespersons have rushed to downplay the comparisons, insisting that the situation in Nepal is different from their own. Yet these reassurances have done little to calm public sentiment, especially in places where governments are seen as both corrupt and repressive. The fear of repression. Political and social analysts warn that a Nepal-style revolt in Africa could provoke far harsher responses. Unlike Nepal, many African governments are believed to be more prepared to deploy violent crackdowns, with predictions that mass protests could be met with widespread bloodshed. Analysts further argue that some Western governments may continue supporting authoritarian regimes in Africa, even in the face of mass uprisings, so long as these regimes serve their strategic interests. Nigeria as a flashpoint. Among African nations, Nigeria is increasingly seen as a potential flashpoint. With widespread corruption, mounting insecurity, and frequent suppression of public dissent, many citizens and observers believe that a large-scale revolt in Nigeria may be inevitable if current conditions persist. The fear is that, like Nepal, rising anger among the people could eventually boil over, catching the government off guard and reshaping the nation's political landscape. A growing conversation. The Nepal-style revolt is likely to remain a reference point across Africa for the foreseeable future. For some, it is a warning to governments about the dangers of unchecked corruption and repression. For others, it is an inspirational model of citizen power that may ignite a larger movement for accountability and change across the continent. Diaspoint values your perspective and encourages you to share your thoughts on the topics we present. Feel free to comment and share with your network to spark broader discussions.